Good morning, everyone. This is Brad Matheny. This is a follow-up to my Bitcoin video that I published. I believe it was just 2 or 3 days ago, related to Bitcoin will find support above 57,000 and or near 57,000 and will rally to 90,000. Now, we've seen a beautiful move. Remember this area that I drew. Remember this deep low and this flagging formation that I drew from the earlier video. We've now moved into this deep low area, this critical support, which remember goes all the way back to this channel, okay, coming right off of this channel right here and across this high, this yellow channel. We've come right down off of this upper support level. Price channels play a very important role. If you don't know, you should start looking into my other training videos, my mechanics of trading videos, teaching you how to use price channels, price structures, anchor bars, Fibonacci price theory, and others, and watch how I apply them in my plan your trade videos, which I'm going to continue doing. But look at this setup. Beautiful setup right now. We're going to try to spread this out, get bigger candles. And look at this setup. We're moving right into this flagging formation, likely going to play out somewhat similar to what I've drawn here, and then eventually going to move back up into this upper area. Remember, when I did this, we were sitting right over in this area. And I suggested that this flagging formation was going to hold. And if it didn't, we were going to see a move down to this area, possibly setting up a secondary flag down here, moving back into the apex over here in August, and then eventually moving up into this 90,000 range right up here. So how are we playing out right now, guys? We've moved beautifully and seen this rejection. What we want to see now is very clear rejection right in this area. Let's spread this out a little further. We need to see Bitcoin reject this low, come down, which it's already done, rally back up, which is clear rejection. This is a good solid hammer setting up a base or a bottom, potentially maybe in the market. Now we need to see it rally back up into this area. It could move up into the flag again, up here, the red flag. More than likely, though, it's going to flag out over here. Price typically only does two things, trends or flags. Okay, you can see here we have a flag coming across here. We have a flag coming across these rejection points. Then it breaks out a little bit. False rally, catches the longs, rolls into a short. This is trending. Okay, here we have probably back here. We have more flagging. Yeah, we have more flagging right across here. Right across here. Then we get a breakout. Then we get into more flagging coming across here and coming across here. You can see we move into trending and then flagging and then trending and then flagging and then trending. And then eventually we're going to move into flagging, I believe, right in this area. And this is going to give us a pretty solid move, folks. This is going to give us eventually a move from down in this, roughly this area, up to about this area, about a 10%, 11% move, back up into 64,000, maybe. And then eventually we're going to reach this apex. Now you can see all these lines that I've drawn. Okay. And what we're looking at here is, again, a potential washout low. So if we establish this low, which we have, we could very easily, I'll try to draw this, come up, run into this flag, and then wash out again before moving higher. And this is going to be a secondary washout. Okay. Possibly setting up some sort of an extended flag formation. So when I say an extended flag formation, what am I talking about? Okay, an extended flag would be from this rejection point, possibly across a higher rejection point over here. Do this in I don't know, bright blue, I guess. And a secondary flag would come probably from this rejection point across here, possibly out into this area. So here you go. There's your secondary flag. What this would be, and I'll draw this again, is a flag would be from this low up into this area, maybe rolling into this area, flagging down, rolling out, and then up. Okay. So you see how I have projected a range of outcomes. Though this is the immediate outcome here, this purple flag. This is what we're dealing with right now. The red flag is the longer term flag formation that likely is going to play out an apex somewhere over here in August, somewhere around August 15th through August 20th. Now, this new blue flag could be a secondary flag that's coming into play as price continues to move in this location. So where are we? We've got to play through this range. Okay, it's going to get a little choppy. You're going to have one move up into this area, which is your $6,000 move. After that, you're going to end up potentially seeing a move down here, which will be a $4,000 downward trend. Then you're going to see a move very solidly up into this area, breaking these highs about $16,000 to the upside. Very solid upward trend. Going to give you a lot of opportunity in this area, but we have to get through this first. So now remember, let me get rid of some of these extra lines, and so you can see what's going on. We still have that. We still have that. I'll get rid of this. This is our ultimate big move here. This is our flagging location, and this is our ultimate support. So I will give the ultimate support a new structure here around this apex. And then you're going to run into some resistance somewhere over here, which is going to play out as moderate resistance. And that's your structure. So understand that we're looking at a peaking formation across here. We're looking at a basing formation here. We're looking at flagging here that's likely going to retest possibly over in this area, maybe right off of this blue line until we get this breakout. You have a breakout to the upside, potentially setting up somewhere around July 20th, which I'll change to green. And that's going to give you this opportunity right here for this move right here. Okay, that's going to give you the $6,000 opportunity to the upside. Maybe a little bit more if you're able to catch it down here off of these lows. But ultimately, we need to see this rejection. So where we're at right now is Bitcoin is playing out very cleanly. I love this rejection. We need to see it rally. Would love to see it get up into this area, maybe up into this. So this is 59,950 roughly to possibly 61,300 or more. That would put us back in this channel. We could, again, depending on how this flag sets up, remember, this flag is all hypothetical. So this flag could be coming down something like this. Okay. So you could ignore this bar if it doesn't set up, and maybe it flags out like this. So we could end up even higher. But again, I believe this flag is going to set up. I believe this is, and again, this is all hypothetical. How do I know this is going to happen? Well, I'm kind of taking a guess, but in reality, I see after this extended trending, struggling to find support, struggling in this channel for about 10 or 15 days, really rolling around, building momentum, rolling back up into this flag, which is again this flag here, either this bright blue flagging formation or this bright red right here. Whoops, visual order flagging formation. And then I see we're going to roll into this area, which will be 65 to 62,000. And then maybe a washout low here at the end, trapping the longs, freaking everybody out before it rallies all the way up to 76,000 and or higher. And that really is the short story of what I believe is going to happen to Bitcoin. And the reason I believe this is going to be such a big move is that it will parallel what's happening probably to gold. And that is, gold has already started to make a very big move here. So when we see what's going on with gold, this is a gold daily chart. When we see what's going on with gold here and the fact that we're making a big move to the upside and that we're likely going to continue to trend higher up into this channel, and I'll show you again the channel. So let's take a look at some price channels, folks. Real simply, we'll come right across these lows. Very easy to start off with the simplest structures. We will clone this and put this up here across these rejection channels. How am I doing this? I'm looking at, here's a rejection, here's a rejection, here's a very clear rejection, another rejection, and then another rejection, again, a third or sixth rejection, and then a rally. And then we get rejection, 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 deep rejection, rejection, and a rally. So very clean, this upper line. Very, very clean, in my opinion. Okay, so now we turn around. We look for the flagging. You can see we had this high. This is a duplicate high. I'll come off of this. You can see we come down here across this rejection channel here. Do not extend. Set it to yellow. And you can see we come across this channel here. Very clean flagging, beautiful flagging with a breakout. And so again, what we're looking at is we're looking for upward movement. We're trying to figure out how and where this could go. So now we're going to start taking a look at GAN channels. So we're going to come across here, extend, draw in a light blue color. And we are going to then come across these channels here. That actually works really well for support. And I'll leave that in there. Come back off of this channel, come up to this high. Okay, that works. Let's try some lows. And what am I doing, folks? I'm just basically taking previous points and trying to see if they correlate with rejection out into the future. Okay, this is essentially what GAN did. It's much more detailed to use a GAN rejection point like this, but what we're doing here is we're trying to identify points of reference. That's all we're trying to do here, points of reference. So now we could hypothetically move here, which will point to a very high number. We could hypothetically come across here, points again to a new level here. I'll change this, make this light purple. And let's go ahead and pick areas here. So again, folks, what am I doing? I'm looking to see if we get clean rejection points anywhere. Okay, and I'm seeing a little bit right here. Where I'm seeing it is breakdown right here, rejection here, comes to this level, comes back up here, then rallies through it. So that's a pretty good support level. So again, and we do have these channels. So let's not forget about these channels here to here, which we already have. Come on, there we go. Right about there. Set it to a light blue, Control CV, and set this across these highs. Gotta change the color. I'll make it dark green. Okay, so where we're at with this gold is that gold is breaking through this channel, breaking through this flag, holding above this channel, really trapped within this range. So we need to see gold move above 24.25. And then I think we're going to see it move up into this area here. I think this is the next move for gold. which is again, no, which is again a, oh, 12% move, $300 upward trend for gold. And that 12% upward move would indicate a fairly solid move up into 27, 26, 28, likely then pulling back a bit off of this big rally and then attempting to move up into this 3,000 area. So again, you've got a pretty solid move here in August. I think gold's likely going to push higher. I think that's going to drive Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin's going to struggle. Let's go back here to Bitcoin. Remember, Bitcoin's going to struggle a little bit. Gold could rally higher while Bitcoin finds support, eventually breaking out. But like I said, the fear factor going into the election and global politics could be very, very important to how Bitcoin and hedge instruments actually play out over the next 4, 5, 6 months. And I think you're going to find that all hedge instruments will rally. Gold, silver, Bitcoin, they will all rally into 2025 and the end of 2024. Okay, guys, let's keep an eye on this. Let's see how this rejection plays out. Remember, we want to see this as very clear rejection right here. It would be wonderful, literally, come back here on a weekly chart. It would be wonderful to see this be complete rejection right here and rally back up into this area over the next week or two. That would cleanly substantiate my analysis right now. Very cleanly reject off of this 5,700 level, which is where I told you support would be found, and rally would be a wonderful thing to set up moving into my sideways flagging patterns here. So again, expecting a couple of weeks of sideways trading, moving up about 6 grand into this area, more sideways trading out into August. And then as we move into August and early September, late August, early September, I see a big rally taking place. All right, guys, that's it for now.